What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Garrison. I'm here today with you to show you how to use SunCure on your dings on your surfboard and how we can use that to quickly get back out in the water. So without further ado, what you're gonna need is a tube of SunCure, and you're gonna need some sandpapers. You're gonna need different types, different grips and whatnot. This is a 120, that's a 220, and that's a 400. Anything around this will do. You don't have to have the exact numbers. Like if you have like an 80 or a 90 or a 100 or something, or like a 200 here, or like 4 something or 600 on the end, it doesn't really matter. You know, we're surfers. We just do what we can to get the job done with whatever we got. You're also gonna need a utility knife. And yeah, I already said the SunCure and a cup of water, but that's about it. And then just some elbow grease in your time. Yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to set up my board. All right. How to fix a rail ding 101 with some SunCure. So this is what we're working with here. So what we're gonna do, step 1. We're gonna take our utility knife and we're gonna dig this out and make it clean. So let's do that. Kind of see it right here. Getting there. Now that I'm looking at it, there's definitely, it's a lot more cracked than I thought. Here, let me show you. So now that we're looking at it, it wasn't just this, it kind of goes into this, and you can't really leave that little crack there. You have to dig that out or else it'll end up cracking even more this way. So I'm gonna have to dig her out with the utility knife. Let's do it. Alright, so I basically all I did was I extended the hole where the crack was, and now you just kind of dig it all out. As you can see, that's what I'm in the process of doing right now. Yeah, and like really try to get in there and dig all that like excess fiberglass and bullshit out, because it's gonna make it look a lot cleaner in the end. All right, dudes. Oh, step 2: take your 120 grit and start sanding down on the outside of the hole you just made. You want to really make sure you get in the hole too with the 120 grit specifically, because you want to. The goal is to really sand down these corners in like the sharp edges inside the hole. Where are we? There it is. So the goal is to basically sand down the sharp spots with the 120. So that's what we're gonna do real quick. Yeah, and I literally mean getting inside it. So take your sandpaper, even fold it in half, and literally put it in there and get that shit nice and smooth, or as smooth as you can. And after you've really kind of got all the rough spots down, that's when you want to switch to your 220 or 200 or whatever you got for your medium grip. All right, so take some of your 220 or 200 or your medium grit and do the same thing. It's crazy to me how many people surf and how little people know how to use SunCure properly, or just at all for that matter. Like, I'm sure there's a million ways to get to Rome with it, but some people just have no clue how to use it, and it's such a simple product. So I figured I'd share the wealth, share the knowledge. A very important trick when you're sanding on a rail ding, little inside tip here, is holding the sandpaper kind of like this, and then kind of like, almost like you're flossing the rail. That way you're not digging into the shape at all, and you're kind of just smoothing out the rail ding, as opposed to digging into the rail and changing the shape of the overall board. You don't want to change the shape of your rails. All right, I think that's smooth enough. I'm gonna show you guys up close. So it should at least look like something like this. Once it's nice and smooth, you can't cut yourself on it anymore. I'm rubbing my thumb across it. There's no cuts to be had. And now we move on to our SunCure. All right, so for this next step, basically what you need is the SunCure itself and then some type of flat surface. I usually just use like the back of sandpaper or like the cardboard that came with the sandpaper just to flatten it out. You're really not supposed to get this on your fingers. I'm probably going to, just for the sake of the video, but try to avoid it because it's friggin' toxic and it's not good for you, man. But yeah, so basically, you just friggin', it's as simple as jabbing it right in there. And you really want to make sure you fill it up real good. And then close it right away. Also, you want to make sure that you're doing this in the shade so it doesn't activate the resin or the SunCure. And then you want to kind of flatten it out. Really make sure that it's in there, in that hole that you created. Then you're gonna end up wanting to put more on. You're gonna probably end up applying it a couple times. I mean, I don't know about you guys, at least I do. And really, yeah, you just gotta make sure that it's fully in there, fully on, and you want it to be kind of raised above the actual surfboard rail, so that way you have something to sand down so you can even it out. All right, so it looks like it's pretty, oh, there's still a little bit of a hole there, gotta fill that in, but there's an example of a SunCure fix right there. But yeah, I'm gonna fill in that side, and then we should be good to put it in the sun. Alright, so I'm just going to flatten that right back out. Alright, cool. And, I mean, some people go to the extent of like taping around it and like laying a piece of clear plastic over it so it really kind of smooths it out. It doesn't really matter, dude, as long as you have sandpaper to sand it down. The end result's most likely going to be the exact same. So yeah, here we go, let's put it in the sun. All right, so we've inched it over so it's in the sun now. It's a good old glob right there. Yeah, I'm not going to put any clear plastic over it to smooth it out. I'm just going to leave it be, and we'll sand it down. It usually, on a sunny day like it is today, 15 minutes maybe it takes to fully harden. On a cloudy day, I mean, it might take an hour, but super easy, quick way to fix a board and get you back out there. So let's just wait for this to dry and then we'll start sanding. All right, while we're waiting for this to dry, if you guys don't mind liking this video, maybe subscribing to my channel, that would be absolutely stellar. I have a bunch of cool surf edits up, just spreading the stoke. I'm gonna definitely be posting more content regarding like how-to videos for beginner surfing, trying to kind of start an online surfing, surf coach kind of page on this YouTube channel, along with doing surf edits. So I really appreciate your guys' support. It's free to subscribe, it's free to like, so help me out here. Thanks, dudes. It is such a beautiful day here in Florida. I'm literally like squinting. The sun is so strong, and it's the end of December. It's almost January 1st. It's pretty crazy. It's almost 2024. New year, new stuff, new surfing, new surf edits, new surf videos. Definitely follow my shit, follow my stuff. Yeah, check out my channel, check out my Instagram. You can message me on there if you have any questions regarding surfing or how-to stuff with surfing. Yeah, dudes, it's pretty radical here, and I've just been waiting for such a beautiful day to do this video because we've had such a cold spell and it's been so cloudy, but on the nice days we've had surf, so I haven't been repairing it, and what I've been doing is just filling the hole with wax, and I don't recommend doing that, so just saying that right now. But I've been filling the hole with wax to kind of like prevent it from the water getting in there, but it's time. I can't do that anymore, and I don't recommend doing that to any of you guys. I just did it in a pinch. Yeah, so fix your shit, use SunCure, it's super easy. Watch this video to learn how to do it. Yeah. All right, it's actually like almost there, and it's only been 10 minutes. It's just so sunny out today. The sunnier the day, the better. It will work on a cloudy day, but it takes a lot longer. So, fucking right. All right. Now that we're all hardened up and dried up, you want to make sure that when you feel it, it's no longer like tacky or anything. You want it to be completely solid. So however long that takes. And little note to self, nice little surfer tip. When you're doing this, the sun wasn't too strong today. It was stronger than normal for winter. But if the sun's really strong, you might want to cover the rest of your board with like a blanket and just expose the place that you're trying to harden up, because you don't want to delam your board or cause any heat damage to it. So without further ado, anyways, enough of that. You take your 120 or your 100 or your 80 or whatever you got for your harder grit, and you kind of take by the edges if it's a rail ding like this, and you just do this. I'm gonna go on this side and hold it. It's really important to, when you're repairing your board and when you're sanding right now, I'm not doing a very good job of it, but it's really important to try to only sand the place that that the SunCure is, because you don't want to ruin the integrity of the board. You don't have to, you know? And the way I'm sanding it now is a little technique that I've picked up from YouTube videos and stuff, and I like it because it doesn't, like I said earlier, it doesn't apply too much pressure. It just kind of evens out the sun-cured part, the dinged part, with the original rail, and you're not digging into the rail like you would if you're just like hammering down on it with all of your might. But instead you're just kind of using it kind of like a saw, back and forth, and you're just flossing it down. So yeah, we're gonna keep going. Get that side too. as you can see, it's slowly kind of becoming one with the rail. So I'm going to keep sanding this down with my 120, and we will be back with the medium grit. Alright, so once you got it down pretty good and it's starting to feel smooth, that's when you want to start switching it up to your medium grit. So we're going to go in with our 220 here. You can have a 200, a 180, whatever the hell you want. But yeah, I got a 220 here, it's medium grit, and we're going to tackle that. So it looks like that. Grab it like this. We're already almost done, really, because the 400 or the 600 or whatever you got for the fine grit is really just to buff it out. So and remember to just try to stay within where the ding is, and not to sand anything that's not the injury. Like I just did. But honestly, this is kind of my beater board. This is like my short board that I ride a lot of shore break in, so it takes a lot of beatings. Really almost there though. Flip this around. Just be careful, you don't want to put too much pressure on your board, especially when it's facing this way. And you're gonna get a lot of shit all over you, a lot of dust. And all right, after we're like pretty much all sanded down there, that's when you want to switch over to your fine grit. We got 400, so we're gonna grab some 400, and this is where you want to grab your water, because most fine grit sandpaper is waterproof, and using the water helps it kind of grab what it needs to grab. And that's what kind of what buffs it out. So I'm gonna actually put this down so I can do this properly. But so you can pour a little bit of water on the repair and just keep doing the same thing you've been doing. It's kind of weird because when you pour the water on it, it kind of creates like this pasty texture, but this finer grit kind of gets rid of those scratches that you made. Not all of them, but a good amount of them. Nice, we're getting there, guys. Flip it to you now. Almost there. There's just a little bit of a lip in it. I just kind of want to snag that part, and we should be good. almost there. There's just a little bit of a lip on this side now. If you can see that little lip. I'm gonna just keep on working it. Get another strip of this. This is where you want to start being extra careful though, because you don't want to dig into your board or take away all of the integrity of the fiberglass. Little backyard ding repair with your homie Garrison. And I've been repairing my own boards for a good 4 years now, I'd say, but I just took it fully upon myself to start doing all of them and not just the easier ones, because I moved across the country and my ding guy is back home, so I kind of have to learn how to do it properly. But SunCure does the trick 9 times out of 10. I'll tell you right now, a lot of people waste like days and days fixing a little ding like I just did, and it takes them 2 or 3 days to lay all the fiberglass and everything, when you really could have just taken 45 minutes out of your day with some SunCure and just kind of got it back, and you can go back out in the same day, you know, go back surf. All right, almost there. One more round and I think we'll be good. Alright guys, I think we did it. Just double check this side. Yes, yes. Alright. Come check this out. This final product. Alright. So yeah, you lose the color obviously, but you keep your rail, it's still there, and it's the same shape it was. So that is how you use SunCure, my friends. Alright. Get out the sun there. Alright, that's it. Bam. How to use SunCure 101 with Garrison. Again, like, subscribe, follow me, check it out. Thanks guys.